Hello everyone, it's Sarah, Painted Creator here. Hope you're having a lovely day. So let me just spritz my paints before we get going. Always good to give them a good wake up. So I'm working on a quarter sheet of A4 paper, my usual Creative Peak, and I've just cut them into 4 A6 sizes, so they're roughly 15 centimetres by 12.5 centimetres roughly, and they're great for just doing some small fun bits and pieces. And I've just picked up my masking tape round, but you could use whatever circular thing you want for this one. And you're just wanting to pop a circle on your board. So a ruler. Now I am going to put, oh, it's 10.5, so I am going to put my marker right in the middle, so 5 and 2. Because I really do want it to read in the middle for this one. So Daisy, it'd be nice if I did a straight line, but never mind. Most of the times I don't care, but for this one I do. And then I'm going to just draw a really simple candle. And that's about it. So as you know, I don't really like drawing. I'm not that good at it, so I don't do that much. So rub over it with my rubber. These rubbers are really good. They're they feel a bit like blue tack, but they are a malleable rubber, really good for picking up additional graphite. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to use my number 3. Where's my number 3 brush gone? There's my number 2. This must be my number 3. My number 3 medium brush. It's got a nice point on it to start with. And I'm just going to pick up whatever colour you want for your candle. I think I'm going to go for like an orangey reddy colour. So a little bit of cadmium orange. Oh, I've forgotten to wet it. Let's just put more water on there then. So some cadmium orange. Lots of water. And then some cadmium red. And just letting those mix on the page. Just going to draw some drips coming down on this side and just raise up that side, because my candles never end up without the drips and the runs. I think a little bit more orange into there for me. So just a really simple, straightforward candle, nothing too fancy. Obviously you can do whatever colour you fancy. And I'm going to go for a cool lemon yellow on the inside and of the flame, and then a nice warm cadmium yellow on the other side, a little bit of that nice orange, all mixing on the page. And then a little bit of Payne's grey for the wick. And it's up to you whether you want it to touch or not. I do, because I like it mixing. Sorry, I've got the cat on the desk. And that's the candle done. So I'm going to let these extra little bits of the candle, let me just draw out a bit of a flicker. There we go. Just going to let this extra bit of moisture develop a little bit, and then I will soak it up with a dry brush or a damp brush, a thirsty brush, just so that I don't get a run back, and then I'm going to dry it off with my hairdryer. So here we are, we're near enough dry. This is still a bit damp up here, but I'm not going to work there, so that's fine. So I'm just going to get some, I'm still using the same number 3 brush. I'm just going to get some water and just paint on the fronds, just using water of some pine branches, very, very loosely. I like the loose sort of look of pine branches. And then some of that really nice lemon yellow, Hansa yellow, any of those. Nice contrast against the orangeness of the candle and the flame. Flicking in to where those, and then just getting some sap green. I'm just going to drop in some sap green into there, like mix pulling out a little bit more of those sort of little fronds. Let's put one up here. And just flick, flick, flick. So the green and the yellow are just mixing together ever so lightly with your brush strokes. And then a little bit of ultramarine blue in there for a bit of a shadow. Quite watery, but it'll mix. There we go. So time to just let that dry as well. I've dried that off with a hairdryer. So now I'm going to mix this blue and my green together, make a darker green, but it's in the same tone as what we've got on the page, which is quite important. And I'm just going to do some pressy downy sort of leaves. So tip, press, drag and lift, and you can just go back in and darken them by loading that wash. So tip, press, drag and lift. Tip, so same again. I think I'm just going to pop one and come in this way. Twist on that one. And then I'm going to just use some alizarin crimson because that will be different to my candle, for some pinky reddy berries. Yep, asymmetrical, so that's good. And then I'm going to sort of join up those berries with okay, so that's the end of my watercolour for this bit. Oh, I might do a nice bow. Shall we do a nice bow? No, we'll do that in and I'm going to just dry my watercolour off, so I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, so we're back and we're dry. I'm just going to strengthen that little wick with from a flame. Now, I quite like doing the pen work, but if you don't like the pen work, then you don't have to do it. Is where we're at, because it's your painting, and that's fine. So it's basically up to you what you do and how much you do. I like my pen work on things like this because I think it just gives a bit of individuality. You might not, and that's fine as well. So I'm going to leave the other bits as background. I might just nip a leaf in there, and that's fine for me. And then, because I use the inside of my masking tape, I can use the inside of my masking tape again to do my circle. And then obviously I can rub those lines out. And let's put a double line down here. And then maybe a bow. Do we think a bow? Yeah, let's put a bow. Let's put a and there we have it. A really quite simple little Christmas card design for any time that you just fancy doing something little and quick. So hope you enjoy it and give it a go. Oh, I nearly forgot. Don't forget to sign it. And I'll catch you another time. See you soon.